Hello, my monstrosities. Hello once again. Today I bring to you a VCT 2026 Kickoff Week 2 review. Or at least, overview and my pick'ems to see how we're doing. Week 2 for America's Week 1 for pretty much everybody else, but we're calling it Week 2 overall. So, let's get into it. What were my overall thoughts about some of these games? I'm going to try to keep it brief because each time I try to record this, I notice that I'm going long. So, for more in-depth thoughts, I don't know, maybe I might actually do a longer one of these times. But first, Loud versus 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves had me a bit worried. Had me a bit worried because I do have them as my dark horse, right? We remember that. I have them as my dark horse. That's what I did for these. If anybody hasn't seen the other ones, I put the two most likely and then my dark horse of just like that's for the each region, just like, all right, who's my dark horse winner for the lower bracket run? I don't care if there's already three good teams. I tried to shake that up. But coming back, Loud, 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves, you had me fucking worried on Breeze. Cryo needed help. Cryo somehow was working miracles on the Astra, and I think that's where they need to understand. All right, I think 100 Thieves is understanding this. I think the coaching staff is picking up things because I'll talk about another situation that I think they're picking up things. I'm rooting for you, 100 Thieves. So anything I say isn't necessarily to flame fucking these kids, but it's because if anybody sees this, my good golly gee, I want you all to win it all. Cryo needed help. I don't think that Tim Jet is bad. Now, I wouldn't say that. His op probably needs help, but that's fine too. Um, I think I would like to see them continue to experiment with playing their own game for Breeze. I want them to make a different comp than this. Not to say that this doesn't work, but I would like to see hell, maybe I would want to see Cryo Chamber on Breeze and Tim Neon, right? Like, I want to see something different because it's working for you all. I like when teams play their own game. Not to say that this was that bad, but they looked uncomfy. And it resulted in Loud getting the fucking win because they didn't look comfy. They just didn't look comfy. They looked okay enough, kind of, but they didn't look comfy. Then we come to Loud. Where, yeah, I'm a bit sad. I thought this Loud roster was going to look better. Obviously, they got the dub on Breeze, but it was a blowout on Pearl and Bind. That's not hot. It's not hot, and I don't know what the fix is besides finding an IGL. But I don't know who you drop because I'm not convinced that you drop Pancata just for IGL. Um, and I think Verdi's trying. Like I'd say Verdi's trying, but I think that he's just not being put up in good enough positions to actually do things. And I don't really know who's at fault there. Luxo looks good. Verdi's trying. I'd say Pancata's trying. I think I would be expecting more from Kalenjin at this point. Maybe that's where I am. Kalenjin and Darker. I don't know, but the team needs a little bit more help. But let's move on quickly. E.g. Sentinels. I have a couple of gripes with this. Sentinels. Okay. First off, people that's just like, oh, that's Sentinels fan base. Who's that? What's Sentinel fan base? Tens left, Saucy left, Zekin left, even fucking Zeus is left. You have John left. I don't think there's this rabid fan base that you think as much because nobody's expecting the same thing from a roster that doesn't have both Tens and Zekin on it. And then Saucy. You look at those three names together, you go, yeah, this team should win. So it's a lot more, why the fuck aren't we winning when you have three names like that together? For this, it's, all right, yeah, everybody's been waiting for Redux to come in, and somehow John is doing everything. I don't it has been. I feel bad for John because each time it's looking like John versus five. I don't know what's going on in the camp. Um, I've been hell. You know what? I'll say it. I've been critical of Kaplan for a while, even when I was backing Sentinels. I don't know. I don't know. So they need to figure something the fuck out fast, and it did not get figured out. But here's the part two. Yes, they beat EG. With that, Sentinel's media team sets them up for fucking failure too. Oh, we're so back. You beat arguably one of the worst teams in the league right now. Shut the fuck up. Just take the dub, say, hey, we move on. Sentinel strong or some shit like that. I don't know. Sentinel's fighting. I don't fucking know. Don't make it seem like we're so back. Everybody talking about, oh, we're so back. This is the team that you want to say that against? So then on that note, EG. Bao, at least I can see Bao or Potter has helped Bao. Maybe Calm has helped Bao. Do research. Somebody's helped Bao or Bao did it all himself because I noticed that Bao put a interceptor on Abyss that required your homework to be done. It's off of dice, the little dice situation on B for retakes. They actually have to get into the site and it'll pop everything if they don't come in and fully clear it. So Bao has done veto homework. And the other thing that's trippy is like most of them look good individually. They just aren't a team yet. And I don't know how many icebreakers, team retreats that they need to do, but they need to figure that out yesterday. Like they do individual good things. Bao, Digis, and Okeanos. I'm confident that if you put them in another roster together again, it would look good. I Each of them have done pretty amazing individual plays from what I see. I just don't know what isn't clicking together. So there's the rundown for my thoughts of EG Sun. Then we go to Crew Envy. Look, Envy beat a team of 5 subs. With that though, this is my tinfoil hat. I'm convinced that Crew has it somewhere. Riot pulled them to the side. Hey, you better not fucking win with 5 subs because they look like they can do it. They keep getting a like first map, and then they do things during the round that I'm like, now why would we do that if we aren't throwing? And I just can't get it. Like if Garrus wanted to come back with a documentary on this shit, I'd believe it. But I don't. They look so close to they have it, and then it looks like at least one or two will do something that you just why the fuck would you do that? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe again it's a team cohesion thing. Maybe somebody calls to do one thing and somebody has a different idea in the moment. I don't know. I don't know. But Crew look like if they were an actual team, there would be potential. But I'm convinced Riot pulled them to the side. It was like, you better not fucking win. You better not mess up the bracket because this isn't your real team. I don't know. I don't know. That's my conspiracy theory. Love your time, Cloud9. Cloud9, Zeppa Demon 1. Boy howdy, that looks pretty good. I feel for the other three of them because it's going to be hard with Oxy coming back to make an argument to not have Oxy, Zeppa, Demon 1 on one team. Everybody else better watch the fuck out. I'm so sorry. Uh, and then Lev, again, I don't understand this. Hey, once this player comes back, they're gonna be top contender. If your team doesn't look near that near that level without one player that isn't the IGL, yeah, you all need to reconsider. So Lev, look, people tried to tell me Lev was going to go on a run. Lev looks like a top 3, top 4. I don't know, Chief. I still don't know what everybody was seeing. And people are trying to put the blame on PXS. You cannot put the blame on PXS. PXS is doing pretty good for a sub. Pretty damn good for a sub so far. I'd say PXS is playing to exactly what I would need a sub to be. Do not put that shit on PXS. There's something wrong with everything else. I don't know what it is, but there's something else fucking wrong. Then 100 Thieves Sentinels. I say these things out of wanting. I am cheering for 100 Thieves. I've been cheering for Bang, Cryo, Asuna for a while. And this is the most I've been convinced that a coach pulled a player aside between maps and said, "Hey, what the fuck are we doing?" I'm glad that I did not see the same Asuna Sage reses on Split as we've seen since picking Sage back up. I'm convinced that NBS or Doom Bros told him, "What the fuck are we doing with these Sage reses?" Now there's one other gripe that again, because I am rooting for them so hard. I don't know why we keep tossing advantage. I part of me wants to say because that's what they do a lot in challengers, where it usually works where you have a 5v3 and then two people run through a smoke or some shit and then you win the round. I'm not even joking. Look at challengers. That shit works way more often than it should. It doesn't work as much here because the rest of this team historically, once a throw has happened, they cannot recover. It just goes bad. I don't know what happens in comms. I don't know if everybody starts panicking. Once a throw happens, the entire throw has gone out the window. Please, for the love of everything, just play your player numbers. If it's a 5v3, keep it a 5v3. And you do not need to make it, possibly, a 3v2. You don't need to do it. Stop doing it. Also, there's a lot of team flashes. There's an insane amount of team flashes coming out of Aura Sky. That there's like every series, there's been at least one. I don't know what needs to happen there. Um, but yeah, I look, Tim. I was worried, but I'm now convinced. I don't think it's Tim that is doing these overheat things. I think he's being told to. But that said, Tim is my vote for the best Waylay by far, by far. Like the only one that knows when to press the fucking button. Oh, I could keep going here. I don't need to immediately go back home. I, you know what? I just looked over here. Timotino Truth. Yes, this kid understands his agent. Keep him on Waylay for every game. I don't care. I really don't care. Oh my gosh. Yes, and everybody's too hard on Bang because again, Bang throughout series. Like I don't know why everybody tries to put Bang on the blame so much, but yep, Bang is doing great. And Cryo is Cryo. I really don't need to say anything there. So that one took more because I am rooting strongly for 100 Thieves. And they're getting there. They're getting there. They look good. I am confident that once they stop some of the small bad decisions, they are top three. I am convinced. And poor John, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Sentinels. But John needs a raise. There you go, Envy, Cloud 9. Alright. Again, Demon 1 and Zippa look good together. That's insane. Kind of. And this is pretty insane. So I guess if both teams had one of them, and Vic was saving their ass on Pearl. I tell you that. So I don't know what happens past that, but again, it'll it's going to be a hard conversation of, well, what happens if you do have Demon One, Zeppa, and Oxy together? Yeah, Demon One, 72 kills across the series. Looks good. Zeppa, looking great. Envy, people were trying to give Poppin shit. I don't really know why. Like, I saw a lot of, oh no, Poppin, but like, Poppin was doing fine. I don't know what the fuck that was about. So yeah, I think Poppin was chilling. And hey, Kesnick got to play Jet. I haven't seen that in a second, no. Which honestly, I figured Kesnick would be on Jet the entire time subbing, but I guess not. So there's that. And now we move on. Oh, Pick'ems, how are we doing so far? 65 points. Man, Sentinels fucked me. EG did too. Who else? Look, I listened to you all about Lev, and then to be fair, who would have known that Cloud9 would end up getting Demon One as a sub? So I guess that would have changed my perspective a bit. But as you can see, now I have to hope that uh, I don't know what the fuck I need to hope for, but yeah, we're not getting up here anytime soon. EMEA. Oh boy, howdy. I should have had more faith in Navi. We can just do my pickings for this one. I should have had more faith in Navi. Uh, Angel look good. They're looking good over there. Foot looking like a fucking letdown. That's really what happened here. Gentlemates, they look okay, I guess. Um, Pacific BBL. BBL looks really good because, as you can see, they also beat Fnatic. Oh, Vitality. Vitality beat three kids and two subs or some shit like that. Three rookies. I shouldn't say beat that. They beat three rookies. And what, two subs or is it three subs? I think it's two. There's only so much you could get from that. Heretics, disappointing. Giant X, disappointing. Fnatic, oddly disappointing. Liquid, kind of what we expected. Is there any other? Go back to the overview because look, there's more in-depth things to be said, but there's so many fucking subs going on now. I guess I said things for the other ones, but Navi, Roxic did play pretty good. I was impressed by Shao. I know Shao right here says -2 across the series, but Shao has impressed me. No, like no shit at Shao, but and Hero, like they did some nasty work. I'm a believer in this roster now. I guess I don't know. I had faith in this. I had faith in this roster. It's not looking hot so far though. Foot and Gentlemates. Which one did I say? Did I say Foot? I think I did. Yeah, I look. I knew that losing CNED and Cracks was pretty big blows. I guess I should have had more faith in Mini. But damn, guys, what the fuck? Like, this shit was not close. This shit was not close. My goodness. I don't know. I think that's the only game I had faith for Foot winning too. I believe it is. We'll check in a second. Gentlemates though, fine. Pacific BBL. I'm honestly surprised Pacific took a map off of them. And that's before the BBL beating Fnatic situation. I didn't think that they could do it. 7 went plus 14. Nice. Yeah, what else can I say? BBL has been playing together for a while. Knew they were going to be good together. We know they're good together. Just keep teams together. Cough, cough. Alpha Vitality, there's no reason to go over that. Heretics looked much worse than I expected. My good golly gee. I know the scores are like closer, but it wasn't close. It wasn't close. I, I really don't know. It did not look as close as the score lines say. Heretics looked really bad. And I'll be honest, Mini Boo looked pretty darn good given the situation on Team Liquid. I think there's some other things that need to be discussed at Heretics that nobody wants to talk about right now. Giant Hex looked really bad. Like, I don't know what happened from off season into here. Again, the scores are closer than they were. It shit did not look close. It didn't. Like, I think at one point, one of the Gentle Mage players, I don't remember who it was, got up and said, "You guys went to champs?" Yeah, I was equally as confused because my goodness, they did not look good. Fnatic BBL. Maybe Fnatic needs a performance coach because it seems like once it is slipping from Fnatic, it just stays slipping. I don't really know why that is, but it keeps happening to them. But the way that they came back from a 9-3, BBL came back from a 9-3 Breeze half, to then turn that into a 13-11 versus Fnatic, and then a 13-4 on Haven, I don't know what is up with Fnatic. Maybe it's the org name that does that. I don't know. And you can't blame the American. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't get what happens with that, but BBL very impressive so far. Very impressive. Team Liquid Vitality. This one, I think it looks bad on Vitality. I'll be honest. They finally had a match into not rookies and subs. Well, there is a sub, actually, I should say that. There's a sub on Team Liquid. And this is close. Like, I am pleasantly surprised by what we saw by Team Liquid, given the situation. Like, I didn't expect them to take a map off of Vitality here. So it looks bad for Vitality that this is this close. They finally got pushed by some team that isn't one of the contenders that everybody expected. So I think that's troubling signs for Vitality, if I'm being honest. Pick'ems, yeah, they're fucked. The Pick'ems are fucked. But hey, 20 points. At least I'm not at the bottom, I guess. It's completely fucked. It's fucked. Pacific. Uh, Nongshim over Secret. Yeah, I gotta admit, I was just, trying to be a secret believer for when I could have been. And that didn't do well for me. Same with I wanted to believe in Zeta while I could. That didn't work out for me. Uh, what to even say? Nongshim look really good. They look really good. They kind of put belt to ass for this year. Like, they put belt to ass. Honestly, I didn't think that they had 8 through this. I would have told you that they 13 0'd them, 13-1 both times. Nongshim put belt to ass on that. Zeta, Full Sense. Full Sense looks really good. Damn. Meanwhile, Zeta, utterly disappointing. Compared to what we've seen out of them in the off season, I know it was 2 BO1s, but you don't go from beating. Well, apparently Fnatic is just losing to tier two teams, I guess, um, or random. Not even random because they should have been aware that BBL was going to be BBL, and they have a lot of footage because they've been together forever. Either way, these type of teams, I don't know, these not highly viewed teams apparently can beat Fnatic. I don't know. Maybe that's Fnatic's kryptonite, not fellow quote unquote juggernauts. But my goodness, Zeta, I wanted to have faith, but it looked really poor. Meanwhile, Full Sends looked really good. Vero GE, I am glad to be a GE fucking believer. Again, my dark horse down here. Put the dark horses on the winning losers. Not even losers, winning the third qualifier, I guess. Third qualifying spot. They looked really good, and they continued to look good. DFM surprised the fuck out of me because would not have been able to tell you that Gen G was going to lose to DFM. Honestly, I guess that says more about Gen G in my head because they lost it. They lost the plot. They were looking good. They've lost it. Like if you look at all the other series we reviewed, these aren't the highest positives across the series. But Gen G somehow lost it. I don't know. Don't really. It was just falling the fucking apart. T1, Nongshim. Nongshim punched T1 in the mouth, and they weren't ready for it, and took it over. Because I think everybody would have put like it was a clean T1 win. It looked like it was going to be after this. And then Nongshim said, "Pop!" And pop. And once you get punched in the mouth, it's hard to recover sometimes. So yeah, Nongshim. Danby is running it the fuck down, and it's really funny to watch. My goodness, is that hilarious? Like he's just running. Like he's just running. And it's really funny. Don't even let this fool you. This was to get it done, or at least try to get it done. It's really funny to watch. Oh my goodness. DRX Full Sense had more faith in DRX. Really, again, another situation where it's just like, damn, that should have happened. And then you have Premi going plus 41 over the fucking series on Yoru. Not to say that Yoru can't, but this isn't a damaging ability having character. In fact, your ult takes you out of the game where you cannot shoot a person during your ult. Plus 41 on the fucking series. Let's go, Premi. My goodness. I should have had more faith. I'm sorry. That's on me. But they're looking good. Fucking yes. Paper X GE. I was mad for Patman. I'm not gonna lie. Because there's no reason that they should have lost these. This is where I'm going to be mean again because it's one of my dark horses and I'm cheering for you. The only ones that seem to be thinking 24/7 during the games were Patman and Udatan. I don't know what the other three were thinking at points. They were trying to do paper X shit back at them, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. But it was so close. They looked good. They looked good. The fact that both of the wins that Paper X had are 13-10. Yes, these were true 13-10s compared to the other bullshit we saw. And this was a clear win over Paper X. I'm rooting for GE. But please, I need the other three. And that's not just... I didn't even realize that. Was that Bind? Just Bind? Was that the story on Just Bind? Yeah, I guess so. Promised I watched all of them. I didn't even see that fucking... This was when I said Padman and Udatan. But I need these three. To think? I take that back. Javi was thinking. Micro-wise, less thinking. Macro, I saw the plan. It looked good. The plans look good out of Zavi. So I just need Autumn and Crystal to think. And if you know, I've been a Crystal believer for a second too. I think, guys. Think. The fuck. I know. I can only imagine what Frost said to them off camera. I can only imagine. Because this series should have been theirs. It should have been theirs here. It should have been theirs here. I was heated for Patman. Even though apparently there's no bad blood, I saw the little screenshot thing with what Panda said on the cute note, or at least I got the translation from what everybody said. They hugged and shit at the end. But I was heated for Patman because Patman and Udatan were putting in work. There's no reason that Paper Rex actually won this game. There's no good reason. Besides, I don't know what the fuck two of them were thinking at times. I really don't know what the fuck they were thinking at times. Like, it wasn't even Paper Rex bullshit as much as we've usually seen. Like, not Paper Rex bullshit go. Like, they had to play. They had to play the game. Jing was getting all of his damn rockets absorbed by Vito, which was kind of funny. Not gonna lie, but I think Jing actually still hit the shot after the rocket like 2 or 3 times too. That was pretty funny. But if these two just start thinking this team might be the second qualifying team, they look really good. They look really good. Paper X full sense GE. If I could change my pickums, that's what's going to happen now. They looked great. They look great. GE. Oh my gosh, I'm a GE believer. RQ, DFM. So again, it wasn't just that DFM was that much better all of a sudden. It's that Gen G lost the plot. RQ look good. They look good. These are great numbers to have out of 3 players across the series. Look good. Look good enough, really. I was surprised by Monier's performance on the Neon. Yeah, I was surprised. I guess I should have been more surprised by the Viper. But if I remember, Monier has played Neon, right? Am I misremembering? I don't know. I expected kind of more out of that one. Um, they still got the dub, so like that's good. But I expected more there. I don't know. Well, they got the fucking yeah, they got the dub. I don't know. DFM, yeah, they tried to play Paper X's Haven comp on Corrode. Or is this no? Yeah, Paper X's Haven comp on Corrode. Because I'm trying to think what is Vitality's Corrode comp that also has Phoenix, right? I don't think they play the Chamber. No, they do play the Chamber. That's right. That's right. This is, but is it Fate or is it Sova? So this might be Vitality's. My bad. This might be Vitality's Corrode comp. Um, yeah, it didn't work out for them. They tried to copy it. It didn't work out, and yeah, they tried. I don't know. I'm not saying this probably looks worse for like having a Phoenix, but I think RQ just looked good compared to DFM. Should never try this again. But I don't know if they're trying this because they saw that it was unique and quirky out of Paper X, and this was unique and quirky out of Vitality, or if they actually believe that K is a good Phoenix, Yasuka is a good Chamber, so on and so forth. I don't know why they're doing it, but I am a believer of the how about you make one comp for your team and see how many maps it can apply to. But the fact that this doesn't see oh, that's right, there's an Astra here and then a Omen here. Not the biggest change, right? Yeah, actually it's pretty significant, not gonna lie. Um, but I don't know. Uh it seems like they're looking at other people shit and trying to make it work compared to making something that works for their team. And that's troubling. I don't like seeing that. My pickums, yeah, I tried. I tried to be a believer for Team Secret while I could, and Zeta while I could. Gen G, man, you fucked me. You fucked me here. It's pretty bad. It's unrecoverable. So sorry, Pacific. There were some pretty big upsets there. Then we come to China. and I'm trying to remember which of the games I actually was able to watch. All gamers, fucking yeah, Fang Gear. Let's go with that. Sorry. Um, looking pretty stellar out there. Yeah, all gamers looks they look good together. I'll tell you that much. It wasn't just them, but look good together. Uh, Nova. Did I try to have faith in Nova there while I could too? I did. Yeah. So that didn't work out in my favor. JDG. Yeah. I wanted to have some faith in Haldong's team. I think, but did I put JDG winning here? I honestly don't remember what they're. But yeah. So as you can see, apparently I'm better at calling what's going on in China than Pacific. Cause yeah, that I don't know. Some things were interesting. Wolves, I'd say they look good, but it was like a battle for who. Yeah, as you can tell, it was like a battle of who can throw less. This one was a mess. I don't. That was not great. FPX Tyloo. FPX looked surprisingly bad. Not even Tyloo looked good. FPX, I don't know what the fuck happened. As you can see, Tyloo, they made that second game close, but we'll get there. Billy, surprisingly bad. Uh, I know some people would say that it's not surprising, but come on, we've seen Billy, you've done good before. They looked very bad. It looked really bad. Like, everybody's negative across the series? And then your team, everybody's positive across the series? Gosh. DRG, JDG, this one was a good one. Um, Compared to what we had, Fukashu is the truth. Man, is this where they played? Yes, they played Gecko Corrode, and I obviously had to like make sure to look at that, but it didn't work out. Which I know this is going to be cope for some people. Genuinely, Gecko has good things on Corrode. Like if you actually watch um, a Gecko Corrode guide, there are some good things for Gecko on Corrode. And I think they try to apply it, but I don't think the comp they have applies to it. I think if the Neon was a Waylay, not just to give you like Waylay Yoru, because honestly, I think that the Yoru Waylay combo is overrated as fuck. Um, I don't know what the other change would be, but I think that if you make it, I don't know. I don't know right now because I haven't been thinking too much about Gecko Corrode comps wise, but Gecko individually for Corrode does have some good shit. So I am glad that DRG is experimenting with things. I hope they don't give up on this one time. I hope they figure out something more. I just don't see how Gecko works together with. I guess I don't. I mean, you get double. I don't. Maybe a different initiator needs to be somewhere, some here. Who can? Yeah, see, that's the thing. They play double duelist. Also, there's a fucking Reyna in here. Um, guess I should talk about that, but it didn't work out. So yeah, and then JDG, I'd say they still look good. Like as you can see, it wasn't that bad. Like they were still back and forth, back and forth. DRG just took it over the edge at times. Was that the last one? No. Zili, Wolves again. Wolves. The reason they won was who could throw less. Zili looked good, 23 and 24 on your top two, and then Wolves they don't look good. I don't know what's going on in the Wolves camp. And then finally EDG Tyloo. EDG Tyloo EDG better. Um, they played a Harbor on Bind, and it looked like Tyloo was going to take this. And then they did it. EDG, I don't know. Maybe EDG's getting back to their previous form. What were my pick'ems overall for this one? Yeah, third. Again, I guess I'm better at China than Pacific, right? EMEA apparently. Fucking A. But yeah, that's how week 2 of VCT 2026 kickoff has gone. Things are heating up. Teams are looking better. Some are looking a lot worse. But that's to be expected. So yeah, if you like the video, like it. Got a comment from me, comment. And until next time, peace out, my monstrosities.